yung pagdating ng mga players ng Talk and Text Football. Noong linggo po, pag-uwi nila, sila po yung lamang dito sa seryeng ito, 1-0. Pero ngayon, pagbalik nila dito sa Araneta, lamang na ang Ginebra Gin King, 1-0. Dahil nga sa ruling na ipinalabas ng Commissioner's Office upholding the protest of Barangay Ginebra. At yan na nga po ang pinaka-latest development dito. Kanina po, nakausap ko rin po si Coach Joel Banal para makuna natin ang reaksyon tungkol sa desisyon ng Commissioner. Pakinggan po natin siya.
The players are, you ask them to step on the floor and give their best, they're going to do it. So it's just a matter of really focusing on their responsibilities to come out and play hard.
So yan po ang sinabi ni Coach Joel Banal kanina nung makapanayam natin siya. Pero kanina rin lamang po, nagkaroon po ng press conference ang management itong Talk and Text Phone Pulse at nagbigay rin po sila ng kanilang reaction dito sa desisyon ng Commissioner's Office. At yan po ang ating pakikinggan ngayon.
To avoid any disruption of the championship games and to ensure the public's continuing support for the games, the Talk and Text team will not field Asi Taulava in today's game. To avoid any disruption of the championship games and to ensure the public's continuing support for the games, the Talk and Text team will not field Asi Taulava in today's game.
Yan po ang naging reaksyon nitong Talk and Text Management doon sa desisyon ng Commissioner's Office upholding the protest of Barangay Ginebra, forfeiting the Game 1 win of Talk and Text at in-award na nga po yan sa Barangay Ginebra. At yun nga po, si Asi Taulava will not be playing in this ball game. Dahil nga po, sinabi ni Commissioner, Asi remains ineligible to play in this conference. At paring naman po ng Talk and Text Phone Pulse, sabi nila, they will make the extreme, supreme sacrifice para lang po matuloy itong series ito. At yun na nga po ang muling kaganapan dito sa ating Best of 7 Championship Series. Kaya dyan lang po kayo, marami pa po kayong matututunan at meron po kaming hinandang primer dito sa ating laban. Panoorin niyo po ito.
If Asi Taulava will be suited to play and in fact plays, the first game will be placed under protest by Ginebra San Miguel.
We've been practicing with him the past week and lahat ng game plans namin kasama siya. So definitely he's gonna play tonight.
We've been praying hard that Asi should be able to play. There's no better time for Asi to come and join us than the finals.
If he plays, he plays. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's not for me to decide. It's like, I'm a judge. I basically just field people in and then try to give instructions.
Asi is going to play tonight.
He's now crossing over the boundary line to shake the hand of Talk and Text coach Joel Banal. Game 1 is over.
Game 2, we're going to come out stronger. We're going to execute better.
Come Wednesday, it's going to be a different ball game.
Ang pagbabalik sa gitna po na bumabalot na kontrobersiya dito sa ating Grand Matador Branded PBA Philippine Cup ay tumaksa pa rin po ang ating mga kababayan dito sa Araneta Coliseum upang mapanood ang Game 2 ng ating Best of 7 Finals sapagkat yan po ang spirito o diwa nitong ating kampyonato. Basketball po pinag-uusapan and that's what we're here for.
Magandang gabi po, Pilipinas, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. At Dixon po lamang kasama si Coach Norman Black here at courtside at the Araneta Coliseum. And Coach, well, it's been announced Asi Taulava will not be fielded in by Talk and Text. What does it do now to this series?
Well, first of all, magandang gabi to all the PBA fans out there. Well, definitely once the smoke has cleared, what we're going to have is two teams that want to win a championship, and that's the way it should be. It should be one on the basketball court. If Asi's not there, of course, that is a blow for Talking Text because they would like to see him play. But at the same time, remember, Talking Text was the second best team in the preliminary round.
Right.
They led the league throughout the preliminary round and was just caught at the very end by Ginebra, who took the first slot. So Talking Text has a quality team. They can win with or without Asi Taulava.
And Talk and Text has been relying heavily on their terrible twosome in the backcourt. We know that Jimmy Alapag and Willie Miller have been delivering the goods for Coach Joel Banal's team, and they shone brightly in Game 1 of this series, which has been forfeited in favor of Barangay Ginebra.
And that's correct. And, you know, it's somewhat of a shame that Helter Brand's not here because we would have had two of the best backcourts in the PBA going up against one another. Instead, we have Willie Miller and Alapag, two guys that are probably going to make the national team or have a good chance of making the national team. And, you know, it's just a strong backcourt, particularly when you have Willie Miller almost having a triple-double.
All right, folks, we're just about ready para po sa umpisan itong game number 2. Alalahanin po ninyo, yung game 1 was forfeited against Talk and Text dahil sa paggamit nila kay Asi Taulava. Kaya po ibinibigay ang game 1 ng seryeng ito sa Barangay Ginebra, and so the lead is 1-0 in the series for Barangay Ginebra. Yan si Ocampo lost it inside. Narito ngayon si Rodri Santos shooting all the way and giving Barangay Ginebra the 2-0 lead.
That's one thing Ginebra was not able to do in Game 1. They weren't able to get out and run. They had too many turnovers. And that time Ginebra getting a fast break point.
Well, Barangay Ginebra also did not lead at all in game number 1. Mike Dalan just missed the shot from the outside. Mike Kagiwa may tangan ng bola. Binigay sa loob kay Eric Menk, and it's a 4-0 lead by Barangay Ginebra right in the first minute of this ball game.
Well, Eric Menk sprinting down the floor, steal.
Mike Kagiwa may tangan ng bola. Binigay sa loob kay Eric Menk, and it's a 4-0 lead by Barangay Ginebra right in the first minute of this ball game.
Well, Eric Menk sprinting down the floor, stealing immediately, getting a high-low pass, and great start here for the Ginebra team.
Well, we see some changes here. Jimmy Alapaga has scored the first 2 points for Talk and Text. We have changes in the lineup of both squads, in the starting units, that is. Dito po sa Barangay Ginebra ay nag-uumpisa. Itong si, actually wala si Dimaunahan, no? Si Sunday Salvacion is the one. This is actually the same lineup that Coach Shot Tangkinsen used in game number 1. However, on the part of Talk and Text, Yancy Ocampo is in the position that that Asi Taulava had in game 1. Chip in by Mark Talan did not go. Yancy Ocampo gets it back. But not a big, but there's going to be a foul call.
Yes, Mark Kajiwa is going to pick up his personal. And right here at the start of the game, the Talking Text team attacking the offensive boards. And one of the big differences for Talking Text in the game is the fact that Asi started out for them last game, but this time it's still Ocampo.
And to answer text, I think your answer is set to 290. You'll also receive a PBA Finals calendar and logo plus a chance to win hundreds of loans para sa Smart at Talking Text subscribers na po ito. Tatanggapin namin ang inyong mga sagot hanggang matapos ang larong ito. So mag-text na. Astig. Tapos yung answer ninyo, yung sagot ninyo, and then send to 29 larong ito. So mag-text na. Astig. Tapos yung answer ninyo, yung sagot ninyo, and then send to 290.
Well, we should also note that these two teams finished the preliminary round number 1 and number 2. They have advanced all the way to the finals. So a lot of is made up of the fact that Ginebra only had 1 game to rest before they started the championship series. Now they've had a couple of games after the first game, and I think it's more about preparation. I think now they know how they want to beat this Talking Text team, and they've been able to prepare a lot better.
Alam natin that series, semi-final round series against San Miguel Beer must have taken a lot out of Barangay Ginebra. They went the full route, 5 games. Pagkatapos, after 1 day, labang kagad for the championship. Big Pablo from the corner. And the lead of Barangay Ginebra is 2 points at 6-4. Rodney Santos goes to Andy Siegel at goal post against Yancy de Ocampo. Sunday Salvacion is set up well for that one, but hindi pumasok ang tira, and Yancy has the rebound off to Jimmy Alapag. Nice look-away pass to Mike Salan underneath from Jimmy Alapag.
This Talking Tex team can also run with the best of them. This is actually number 2 and 3 leading scoring teams in the league. The Talking Tex being number 2 and Ginebra number 3. So both of these teams like to put points on the board.
Ooh, what a move by Rodney Santos. Living up to his moniker, the Slasher. Samadala Miller. To the basket, Vic Pablo, top of the game. 3-point shot by Vic Pablo. Boy, points are raining all over the Coliseum, Norman.
I always say Victor Pablo is really the X factor for this team.
Oh, yeah.
If he has a good game, Talking Tex has a much better chance of winning. He's going to play a much bigger role tonight as Andy Siegel finishes the play.
But it is also important that Andy Siegel plays well out of the Barangay Ginebra. And he gets the lead back out of the Gin Kings at 10-9, and he has an extra shot to boot from the free throw line.
Well, the important thing for Andy Siegel is to stay out of foul trouble. It seems he has a tendency of getting into foul trouble and puts a lot of pressure on his coach, Coach Tunkinson, as far as his rotation is concerned. And so far, I don't know whether we have great offense or poor defense. It's been a scoring fest here.
After only about 3 minutes gone by, we've got a combined 20 points scored between these two squads. Barangay Ginebra again with a 2-point lead. Winnie Miller comes out of the back pick. Voila, he gets it back.
Well, good initial defense there by Mark Tagiwa, but he forgot to rebound the basketball.
First 2 points there by Winnie Miller. High into the bench, Rodney Santos coming through. Marching into the defense of Talking Tex. Winnie Miller outside to Vic Pablo. Whoa, he's hitting him. Vic Pablo now at 7 points in the game.
Well, let's see who blinks first here.
So far, both squads are tearing each other down. That goes to Andy Siegel inside. Well, they take about 6-7 seconds, take a shot, and the field goal percentage must be hitting the roof. Or through the roof. Yancy de Ocampo misses this one. He gets it back on an agaw. Si Mark Tagiwa. Tumatakbo na naman ang Barangay Ginebra. Down low to Eric Menk. Menk forces his way inside. There's going to be a foul called.
Well, the Talking Tex bench was looking for traveling. Instead,
Winnie Miller
foul, yeah.
for his first personal foul, rather. And very early in the game, takot-takot po ang sigawan dito from both sides. Fans of Barangay Ginebra and Talking Tex.
Well, this pace actually favors both teams, as both teams like to score a lot of points. They normally score to the low to mid-90s. But an interesting stat here is the fact that when Talking Tex holds their opponents below 90, they're 14-0.
That's right.
And when Ginebra scores more than 90 points, they're 10-2. So something has to give here. 90 is definitely the number to look for.
We're going to be watching out for number 90. Mike Tagiwa has to pass off to Andy Siegel. Left-handed try by Andy Siegel is good. Inside the paint, and it's a 4-point lead para sa Barangay Ginebra. Winnie Miller, pull-up jumper is no good. Mike Talan's tap. Pero foul na tatawagan, and it's going to be on Mike Talan himself. Loose ball foul. Referees for this game, Franco Ilagan, Oji Ramos, and Art Herrera.
A lot of people will ask, without Asi Taulava, what happens? Well, we saw it the entire conference. Victor Pablo will play more minutes as the power forward. And shot there by Mark Tagiwa as he passed it off, to Andy Siegel for the 2 points.
Sunday Salvacion wide open. That is a 3-point shot. And it is now a 7-point lead para sa Barangay Ginebra. And Coach Joel Baral has seen enough. He now calls the timeout with 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. And we will be giving you more action from the Araneta Coliseum in just a short while. This is first quarter action of Game 2 of the series, Championship Series. for the Philippine Cup. And Willie Miller fires from left corner and scores to cut the lead down to 5. Jason Webb has a report on Barangay Ginebra. Jason.
And although they are up 1-0 in the series, Coach Sean Tankinsen knows that they were outplayed in game number 1. He said they have to control their turnovers in order to win today's ball game. And he said that Rodney Santos would be much better prepared as he starts his new role in this team. Other things to look forward to in today's game. Romel Aducol said, pag mag-free throw ako, I will take it to the bank. What does this mean? Sabi niya, ibo-boarding niya yung mga free throw niya in today's game. Back to you guys.
Okay, so tingnan natin kung magiging successful yan. Samantala, fast break play by Barangay Ginebra. Eric Menk finishing it off.
Well, Eric Menk really protecting the basketball against Jimmy Alapag. And did you say that Ducos could have tried to bake in his foul?
That's right, that's what Jason said.
Okay.
And Rodney Santos, according to Coach Sean Tankinsen, will be better prepared. Well, he's already scored 6 points. Here's Willie Miller under Jimmy Alapag. Alapag against Sunday Salvacion. Jumper by Alapag is no good. I think Sunday Salvacion may have had a piece of that. Lead is 7 once again para sa Barangay Ginebra. Mark Kagiva awkward shot. Willie Miller coming down with the basketball. At may foul na tatawagin sa kanyang pagbagsak. Eric Menk picks up foul number 1. We have substitutions here para sa Barangay Ginebra. Papasok si Aris Maunahan at si Romel Aducol. Pinalitan si Andy Siegel at si sino ba nawala? Si Rodney Santos, yes.
Well, at the pace we're going right now, expect both coaches to really rotate their players well.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh.
Willie Miller, what a...
I bet.
Grabe penetration ni Willie Miller. Like a blur.
He is left-handed, so going to his left, he's pretty tough.
Arito ngayon na Barangay Ginebra. Aris Di Maunahan down low to Eric Menk. Back again to Di Maunahan. Mark Kagiva set up for the 3-point shot. Air ball. And talk and text on the attack. Jimmy Alapag pulls up. Lets it fly. Wala. Here's Sunday Salvacion. Bringing the ladder down para sa Barangay Ginebra. We are in the first quarter of game number 2. Baka nalito kayo mga kaibigan kanina sa report ni Jason Webb. Sinabi niya 1-0. Barangay Ginebra. Tama po yun. Marta, tried to slam it and didn't get enough elevation.
He's hearing it from the crowd.
Oh, yeah. Sunday Salvacion, another 3-point shot. That's his second rainbow connection in this game. And the lead of Barangay Ginebra is 8 points.
A 5-point turnaround there with Mark Talan missing that shot.
What looked like an easy shot. Mark Talan tries to get it back with a 3-point shot. Nothing there. Tumatakbo na naman ang Barangay Ginebra. 3-on-2. Mark Talan, inagawan ni Jimmy Alapag. Alapag against Romel Aducol. The big guys right there. Yan si Del Campo says, okay, I'll take on the big guy.
Great penetration by Jimmy Alapag, drawing the defense and giving up a good pass to his teammate.
As the lead of Barangay Ginebra down to 6 at 25-19. Eric Menk. 3-second violation on Barangay Ginebra against Romel Aducol, expecting somebody to take the shot.
So far in this first quarter, Ed, no need for a shot clock.
Yeah.
And neither team is really using much of the shot clock.
It's been rendered useless. Sapagkat under 10 seconds, meron na tumitira at may gumagawa na. That's why we have a high-scoring first quarter here, 25-19 so far in favor of Barangay Ginebra. Don Belgrano's in the game, and he lets it be known. With a flourish, he will get a 3-point play opportunity.
It was almost a duplicate of the move that Willie Miller just made,
right.
using his left hand across the lane, kissing it off the glass.
Nifty move there by Don Belgrano. And he gets the extra free throw.
And we can truly say we have the two best teams playing in this championship series, this conference.
But this, a timeout? Yes, I think a timeout is being sued for by Coach Sean Tankinsen of Barangay Ginebra. The Ginebra lead is down to 4 at 25-21. We'll be right back. And game 2 of the Grand Matador Bandy PBA Philippine Cup between Barangay Ginebra and Talk and Text. Sa kasalukuyan po, ang Barangay Ginebra lead has been whittled down to only 4 on a 4-0 run by Talk and Text. Sunday Salvation gets open. He's hot. That would be the 8th point by Sunday Salvation here in the first quarter.
You can see on defense at Talk and Text, they're going after Eric Menk. They're doubling him, and that'll probably leave some of his teammates wide open.
Whoa! Rodney Santos blocking Vic Pablo from behind. Tell me, Coach Norman, these two squads, as you said, are the two best teams in the league. What are their advantages?
Well, in this particular series, with Helterbrand out, you would think that Talk and Text might exploit their advantage in the backcourt. But, of course, up front, I would probably give the edge to the Ginebra team because they have more big bodies to throw at the Talk and Text team.
Vic Pablo, who plays the front line, just scored another winner there as Vic Pablo has scored 9 points in the game. At ito si Sunday Salvation, mainit ito. Mainit na mainit, 10 points for Sunday Salvation, and he gives Ginebra the 6-point lead at 29-23.
You know, Sunday was one of the few players that really played well in that first game, 10 points and 13 rebounds.
Well, that was for 4 quarters. Now here in the first quarter, he has already matched that 10-point output. Don Camacho from the right corner, hindi pumasok on a loose ball. Wyndham Miller taps it over to Yancy Del Campo. He sees Vic Pablo underneath, and Pablo backs it off the glass. At ibinabara naman ang kalamakan ng Barangay Ginebra down to 4 at 29-25.
And you know, those type of plays really add up at the end. The hustle plays, getting the loose balls, getting on the floor, making sure you keep possession for your team.
Eric Menk goes through, yes! Kaliwa pa yun, ha? 6 points now for Major Payne.
Eric Menk probably saying, I'm giving away a few inches, but I do have the quickness from the perimeter to get by you.
And he's a strong boy at that.
You can see here, Yancy could not move his feet. Eric Menk just blew right by him.
Samantala, pinasok muli ni Coach Joel Banal yung kanyang surprise package for game number 1 in the person of Nino Gelig, who did a credible job in game 1. Pakinggan po natin ang report ng Richard Dalosari naman doon sa timeout ng Talk and Text. Richard?
Yes, Ed, dito sa Talk and Text Cup, galit na galit si Coach Joel Banal. Hindi lang sabon ang inabot ng mga players niya, sinamahan pa niya ng shampoo at hilod. Sabi niya, we're giving away crucial possessions. We're playing like we're up 1-0 in the series. Reality check, Ginebra is up 1-0. Down tayo ngayon, 0-1. That's what Ginebra's thinking. Kaya they're playing like they're the hungrier team right now. Sinabihan na niya si Jimmy Alapag kanina to take control of the tempo of this ball game, and we will run when I tell you to run. Back to you, Ed.
An excellent report there, Richard, as Romel Adugo gets blocked. Pinagtulungan ni Yancy Del Campo at si Don Camacho. Kanina, Romel Adugo was able to score on the follow-up. Sinagot naman ni Willie Miller. Kaya po ang ating score, 6 na puntos pa rin ang kalamangan ng Barangay Ginebra at 33-27.
Well, that answers one of my questions, the fact that Don Camacho is playing a big man position. He's normally a wingman. Now he has to guard Romel Adugo.
And this time, Camacho teams up with Mark Talan to try and stop Romel Adugo. Oh, an offensive foul is called on Romel Adugo. His first personal.
Well, you know, Don Camacho is not a small guy. He stands about 6'6", even though he normally plays a wing position. Now he's just going to have to transfer positions over to the power forward.
Well, he certainly can use his height on defense. We know he likes to take long shots for a big guy. Don Balikan will not be denied. Talk about tenacity.
Yeah, really working the defense there until he got a good look.
At binabana naman ang kalamakan ng Barangay Ginebra down to 4 at 33-29. Rodney Santos off to Romel Adugo. Lamang kay Don Camacho. Adugo gets it back out to Mark Katiwa. At ito ngayon si Aris Ibao na. Flash the job by Nino Gelig. Getting into the front court against Mark Kagiwa. Oh, nice sidestepping move. But he did pick up a foul.
He's going to get to the line for 2 shots. He could have given that pass up to Willie Miller, who was wide open on the right side. Gella's going to get 2 shots out of the deal. It's really interesting, Ed, the fact that Coach Joel Banal said, we'll run when I say run.
Yeah.
That means he wants a slower tempo. He doesn't really like the tempo of the game.
He wants to go fast, but he doesn't want to go out of control.
That's right. Well, Barangay Ginebra, we know that they like to pound the ball and dictate the tempo. Coach Joe Banao would not want to be sucked into that, as Nino Gelig misses on the first free throw. Nino Gelig, a native of Angeles City, Pampanga, played for the University of Santo Tomas in his college day. Ginebra by 3, 33-30 here in the first quarter, closing seconds of the first period. Biggs doble. Narito ngayon si Rodney Santos against Nino Gelig. Rodney Santos trying to take the scenic route here. Penalty na ang talk and text. Kaya medyo napaikkas. Itong si Nino Gelig doon tumunog yung silbato ng referee.
Well, Gelick was trying to force Rodney Santos to the baseline. Quickness of Rodney Santos enabled him to get around the defense. Coach Joe Banal, the reclamo now. He's saying, come on, call it both ways. We can't touch them. You can't touch them. They can't touch us either.
Rodney Santos makes the first. Kim Valenzuela is brought in very early by Coach Shotang Quinten. As you look at J.J. Helterbrand, naka-practice pa rin po, naka-plaster cast yung kanyang left leg.
Interesting, too. Val David is sitting on the sidelines. I think he just had an operation recently.
That's right.
They could have actually used him with Helterbrand being out.
Well, unfortunately, because of that operation, hindi pa pwede makapaglaro si Val David. Kim Valenzuela, right on, picks up a foul.
Now you know why Coach Joel Banal was complaining. He got that call on the other end.
So it worked. However, pang-apat pa lang na team foul yan ng Barangay Ginebra, so no free throws here. 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Don Belano has it against Valenzuela. Belano pa rin. Valenzuela trying to ask for an offensive foul, but Mark Palan is there for the follow-up. And that's the buzzer ending action para sa first quarter. Nandapanang ito ng Barangay Ginebra. The talk and text phone out. Remember, it is now Barangay Ginebra with the lead in the series, 1-0 after game 1 was forfeited in favor of Barangay Ginebra because of Asi Taulava. So ngayon po, dito sa first quarter, lamang naman ng Ginebra ng tatlo, 35-32. We'll be back with the second quarter in a short while. Alright mga kaibigan, natin po ating pangalawang katanungan sa ating String Panalo promo. Sinong Ginebra player ang muna papasok mula sa bench sa quarter na ito? Ibig sabihin nun, hindi pa nakakapasok, hindi pa nakapaglaro din sa laro ito. Muna papasok dito sa second quarter. To answer, text state your answer and then send to 290. You'll also receive a PBA Finals calendar logo plus a chance to win hundreds of loads. Para sa smart na talk and text subscribers lang po ito. Tatanggapin namin na inyong mga sagot hanggang matapos ang laro ito. So mag-text na, diba? Nino Gelig.
Yes, with another steal. This time he does score on the fast break. And, you know, my big question for Ginebra right now would be the fact that if they're in a running game, no problem as far as their offense is concerned. But if they have to set up without a true point guard, remember Helterbrand was the leading assist man in the PBA, just under 7 a game. So
that's right.
Will they be able to execute their half-court offense is a question here.
That's the tough task now laid on the shoulders of Aris Di Maunahan and maybe on Kim Valenzuela. Here's Romel Aducol. Off the dribble, he scored! Ano, nakataas pareho kamay. Di Mark Salan at si Don Camaso.
May dalawang malaking tao, diba? Defending that play as Salan came over to help Camaso and doesn't matter for Aducol.
Eto, makikita po ninyo, Romel Aducol, una si Don Camaso. Darating si Mark Salan, dalawa na sila. Is he gonna bank this? Did he try to bank it? It looked like he did.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Don Camaso got the rebound. Don Belano. Ito na yung half-court offense ng Talk and Text. Willie Miller. Woo!
Tied game.
Hot hand. 10 points for Willie Miller, former MVP. At that was it's a 1-point lead by Barangay Ginebra. Aris Dimaunahan! Well, Aris played 21 minutes in game number 1 but came up zilch. Hindi po umiscore si Aris Dimaunahan ng game number 1. He's trying to remedy that. I think he made only 2 attempts in game number 1. Miller lamang kay Kagiwa. Ooh, that's going to be number 3.
Yeah, not a good foul there by Mark Kagiwa. That last shot by Talking Text was a 2, not a 3.
Okay. Yung palang sinasabing galing sa bench, wala siya nung matapos yung first quarter. So ayan, si Mark Kagiwa, pumasok niya galing sa bench.
So with Bolano, did he attack Mark Kagiwa immediately?
And here comes Mark Kagiwa. Well, Talk and Text thought it was an offensive foul.
Well, they were hoping it was an offensive foul. That would have been Mark Kagiwa's fourth foul.
Yeah. Samantala, babalik si Sunday Salvacion para kay Aris Dimaunahan. Nilinawin ko lang yung astig panalo question, no? Yun daw player na pumasok galing sa bench. In other words, wala siya doon sa lineup nung mag-upisa yung quarter. Okay? Ay, si Mark Kagiwa pumasok yun. All right, here comes Talk and Text. Don Belgrano up to Don Camaso on the fast break play. He drew the foul.
He's going to get 2 foul shots, and Rodney Santos is going to get the foul.
First personal on the slasher Rodney Santos. Narito po tayo sa second quarter. Game 2 of the best-of-7 championship series between Talk and Text and Barangay Ginebra. Coverage po ng ABC5 as usual, live from the Araneta Coliseum. Buong Pilipinas at sa ibayong dagat. At hindi po tayo nagbibiro. Live po tayo na papanood sa buong mundo, sa Middle East, dito sa Asia, at syempre sa Estados Unidos. So, mabuhay po kayong lahat sa ating mga kababayan na nasa ibayong dagat na patuloy pong sumusubaybay sa PBA. At ito po ay inihahandog din namin sa inyo. Oh, Don Camaso missing free throw.
Very unusual for him to miss 2 foul shots in a row.
You're right. They've been going to Romel Aduco trying to attack the defense of Don Camaso. This one worked for Talk and Text as Romel Aduco came up with a bad pass.
Well, he tried to go baseline, and there was no opening there. And then the double-team defense came in, so he had nobody to pass the basketball to. You know, for all the big guys who get double-teamed, it's very important they know where the double team is coming from so they can read it and be able to give up that basketball to their open teammates.
9:33 to go in the second quarter. Willie Miller. Uy! Sumaksak na naman sa loob. I don't know how he does that.
Mark Talan's going to pick up this foul.
Off the rebound play. That's also going to be number 3 on Mark Talan. Pareho na sila ni Mark Kagiwa. Tigatlong personal foul. It is a 4-point lead by Barangay Ginebra here in the second quarter. 40-36. Romel Aducol to Mark Kagiwa for the 3-point shot. Yes!
Coach Tunkinson decided to leave Mark Kagiwa on the floor. He hits a 3.
And he makes it a 7-point lead para sa Barangay Ginebra. Don Belgrano, pinapatay ni Mark Kagiwa. Off to Mark Talan. Talan with a jumper, yes! Off the glass, Mark Talan has 6 points in the game.
Well, both Talan and Mark Kagiwa have to be very careful here not to pick up their 4th foul defense first half.
That's it, masyado maaga. Mark Kagiwa, off to Rodney Santos, Eric Menk. Labang kay Mark Talan. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Menk trying to get an opening. Forced the shot, and Don Camaso has the rebound. Para sa Talk and Text. Miller is wide open. Pero hindi pumasok ang tira. Mark Chalan's tap. Picked up by Don Camacho. Chalan underneath. Back to the basket shot by Mark Chalan.
So may dalawang beses na that the Talking Tech team has come up with a loose ball and scored.
And the lead of Barangay Ginebra just a moment ago at 7 points, now down to 3. Romel Aduco, linabas kay Rodney Santos on the Sunday Salvacion. Back to Rodney, and a 3-second violation is going to be called to Mobrang Patahan.
That was an easy call there because Eric Menk was wide open. His teammates didn't see him. He never left the lane.
And look at this. 10 turnovers already by Barangay Ginebra against only 2 by Talking Tex. And Coach Shotang Kinsan was widely quoted as ruling this particular stat in game number 1 where they had 24. And he feels that that was how they lost that game.
Well, they actually average a lot more turnovers than Talking Tex does on the year. They got to try to cut down on those turnovers.
A miss by Vic Pablo. 43-40, 3-point lead by Barangay Ginebra here in the second quarter. Sunday Salvacion shaking off Nino Gelig on the run, misses the shot. Andy Siegel trying to get the rebound. Nasaan din si Don Belbilano at the Anan Sarangtang. Si Don Belbilano ang tinawagan ng kanyang pangalawang personal foul. 7.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
When I was coaching Santa Lucia, we recruited Bolano to play for us. We actually won a championship with him. One of the things I was always impressed with is the fact that he's not really worried about mixing it up with the big guys. Not afraid to go inside.
Rodney Santos down to Eric Menk. Abake Alan Salangsang in the cross-court time. Down low to Andy Siegel against Yancey. Mark Kagiwa with a jumper. Good. That's a two-pointer. 2-point shot by Mark Kagiwa to give Barangay Ginebra the 5-point lead at 45-40. Big Pablo. Abake Eric Menk.
Good call by Coach Tunkinson, leaving Kagiwa in the game.
Yeah. Alapag going to give it go. And Eric Menk with a steal. Mark Kagiwa in the front court. Labacanino Gelig. Kagiwa. Inside to Eric Menk. Great play. 10 points now for Major Payne.
Timeout for Talking Tech.
That's right. 47-40. Balik na naman sa 7 puntos sa kalamangan ng Barangay Ginebra dito sa second quarter. And we have 6 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in this second period. 7 puntos nga po ang lamang ng Barangay Ginebra. Nakikita po ninyo, ito si Mark Kagiwa. Medyo dumidiskarte, nakita niya si Eric Menk nakasin na sa ilalim. And the easy two, what looked like an easy two anyway, para kay Eric Menk. And again, Coach Norman, we can't seem to get it out of our minds that is Talking Tex playing a different game now without Asi Taulava? Is there something different in the way they're moving?
Well, maybe there may be a few adjustments considering that. Okay, let's take a look at this Pony face-off first.
Okay. We see Danny Siegel of San Miguel Beer going up there against Billy Momaril back in the semifinal round.
Let's get it on!
No, I really think their adjustments have to be mental because they played with Asi. Now Asi's not there. They have to play without him now. And remember, they played almost the entire conference without Asi Taulava, so they were winning their games without him. So it's just a matter of getting that different mindset, going back to the mindset they had when they were winning, when they swept Shell 3-0. So I think once they get back to that point, they're going to be very competitive.
All right, that is 6 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Bong Ravena has been fielded in by Coach Joel Banal. Alapag, here's Bong Ravena, set shot from the corner. Wala. Loose ball picked up by Alapag. Trying to drop it off to Yancy De Ocampo that goes out of bounds in favor of Talking Tex.
I just really feel as though the backcourt of Talking Tex really has to outplay the backcourt of Ginebra.
That's their advantage.
Yes, because they're not going to have that advantage up front. I mean, Ginebra just throws too many big guys at you, and they're quality big guys at that.
You got Eric Menk. You got Andy Siegel right there. You got Romel Aduco. Yancy De Ocampo out to Ravena. Narito ngayon si Vic Pablo against Eric Menk. Vic Pablo. Jump shot by Pablo. Wala. And from behind, Yancy Del Campo trying to take it away from Andy Siegel. And it will go Barangay Ginebra's way. 7-point lead for the Gin Kings here in the second quarter. Nakakalahati na po tayo dito sa second period.
The last few minutes, Ginebra's done a much better job of keeping Talking Tech out of the paint.
And here's Mark Caguila sizzling here in the second quarter. He has scored 9 points, 7 of them here in the second period. Jimmy Lapat blows by Sunday Salvacion. Sees Alan Salazar wide open. Good line, pero hindi pumasok. And Andy Siegel with a rebound off to Mark Caguila. Caguila pulls up. Wala. Salangsang para sa rebound. Jimmy Alapag takes it out to Bong Ravena. Back to Alapag at the corner against Salvacion. Got 11 on the shot clock. Alapag gets away. Wow.
Just his fourth point of the game. And I'm wondering if Willie Miller is going to the scorer's table now. I'm wondering why he's not in the game, because you have to try to get Mark Caguila out of here. He's got 3 fouls.
That's right.
You have to attack his defense.
And Mark Caguila has possession down the middle.
Again.
He is sizzling hot on offense. And he has been nursing that third personal foul for quite some time now here in the second quarter. Narito Salabag. Open shot para kay Vic Pablo, yes.
Well, somehow you have to find a way to attack Mark Caguila. He has 3 fouls. You have to get him out of this game. Since he picks up his third foul, he's been red hot.
Look at this, 11 assists overall for game number 1 for Barangay Ginebra. They've got that many already. Mark Caguila. Not quite. That is this Jimmy Alapag. Full up jumper for 3-point country. Jimmy Alapag. 7 points now on Jimmy Alapag, whose roots he traces to my province, Nathan. All right, that's a 4-point lead para sa Barangay Ginebra at 51-47. Ano, panoorin po ninyo yung biglang hinto ni Jimmy Alapag. At yan po, ang ating Yakult 3-point shot ni Jimmy Alapag. We'll take a short break.
This timeout is brought to you by More Classic. Capture the taste of classic.
It's the Grand Matador Brandy PBA Philippine Cup Game 2 of the Best of 7 Championship Series. Aris Dimaunahan with a 3-point shot. 2 points from Bayon, Alex. 3 points, his second triple. A 7-point lead here by Barangay Ginebra. Vic Pablo hemmed in. Binigay kay Yancy Del Campo. Wala, Eric Menk para sa rebound. Ooh, good tap by Bong Ravena, but he runs into Eric Menk. Loose ball picked up by Andy Siegel.
Nobody down there to help Bong Ravena as his teammates had already gone down court.
Meron pa tayo 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And it is a 7-point lead once again para sa Barangay Ginebra. Rodney Santos off against Willie Miller. Eric Menk turning around against Vic Pablo. And Eric Menk hits Painter.
Well, Eric Menk with 12 points in the game so far. Once again showing his dominance.
Napunala Jimmy Alapag. Titira na naman ang pakalayo-layo. Wala. Eric Menk para sa rebound. Up now to Aris Dimaunahan. Dimaunahan now directing operations para sa Barangay Ginebra. Alalahanin pa ninyo, J.J. Helgebrand still hobbling with a calf injury. Nakakast po yung kanyang left leg. Eric Menk gets it down low to Andy Siegel. Got the pick. Big Pablo off to Willie Miller. Miller into the front court. Nakababa na kagad ang depensa ng Barangay Ginebra. And it's Sunday Salvacion blocking the shot. Pero merong foul na tatawagin. Let's go over to Jason Webb and find out what happened in the last Barangay Ginebra huddle. Jason?
Well, Ed, kanina Coach Norman was saying that the strength of the Ginebra team is in the big men. So, yun rin na sinabi ni Coach Shot, nasa advantage natin mga big men. Pero, alam rin to ni Coach Joel, kaya dinodouble nila tayo. He told them for his boys to go to the open spots because every time Talking Tech is gonna double us. Back to you guys.
All right, we have a timeout, and we'll pause for some reminders.
This timeout is brought to you by...
Okay, better than 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Ito ating Game 2 ng Championship Series between Talk and Text and Barangay Ginebra.
We mentioned earlier about the fact that when Talk and Text holds their opponents under 90 points, they're 14-0. I forgot to mention when their opponents score more than 90 points, they're 3-6.
So still at magic number 90. Nakita nyo kanina sa Mark Kagiwa, yan, sinasabi natin off the bench pagpasok ng second quarter. Alam nyo na sagot, di ba? You were saying, Coach Norman?
Well, I was saying right now, Ginebra has 56 points in this basketball game, so they look like they're definitely headed for 90.
Yeah. Well, they're doing well from beyond the three-point arc as well. Barangay Ginebra shooting 5 out of 6 from three-point country. Talk and Texas doing 2 out of 9.
Well, you know, the one thing Ginebra has done here in the first half, they've actually taken away any type of low-post game of the Talk and Text team. They have controlled their defensive rebounds because they're forcing Talk and Text to take the majority of their shots from the perimeter. You know, if you control the inside, you control the game.
That's right. And so far, that's what Barangay Ginebra has been doing. Eric Menk and Romel Adukul, as well as Andy Siegel, stamped their mark in this game so far. Harris Brown has to take it out to Rodney Santos. Another three-point shot. Barangay Ginebra, 6 out of 7. From three-point country, Rodney Santos with 11 points. Willie Miller, sumaksak na naman sa loob. Good fake. Oh, traveling. And Willie Miller acknowledges it.
And he hit the ground before he released that basketball. That's why he was called for traveling. And the wheels are coming off a little bit for Talk and Text here in the second quarter.
A minute and 41 remaining in the second period. And it is a 10-point lead for Barangay Ginebra. Ay, nila. Oh, wala. But Ginebra goes to the rescue. And he pads that double-digit advantage of Barangay Ginebra, even dozen points now, separating the two squads. With a minute and 19 to go in the second period. Alabak to Vic Pablo. Down low to Yancy Del Campo. Del Campo trying to extricate. Yes! Nifty move by Yancy Del Campo against two defenders.
I think they have to do more of that. They have to go inside and challenge the big guys of the Ginebra team.
So 4 points so far by Yancy Del Campo. Whoa! Rodney Santos now with 13 in the game. Sinabi nga ni Jason kanina, Jason Webb, that Coach Shot Tangkimsan did mention na kailangan niya ng magandang laro ngayon galing kay Rodney Santos, and he is not letting him down. Rodney. Sunday Salvation down to Eric Menk. Eric Menk gets away!
Well, he just ducked through two defenders there to get those 2 points. And going back to Rodney Santos, we talk about preparation. You know, they had 2 days to prepare for this game, and you know, it also means mentally you prepare. You know you're going to play point guard.
Harris Dumaunahan giving up the foul. Wala pa po sa penalty itong Barangay Ginebra. That leaves 17 seconds on the game clock. So Barangay Ginebra pouring it on here in the closing seconds of the first half. This is the biggest lead, 14 points so far for Barangay Ginebra. Miller, Alapag. Double team, dinabas kay Pablo. Willie Miller, thought about it. 7 seconds to go. Miller puts it up. Yes! Willie Miller! Big three-point shot by Willie Miller.
30-second timeout being called by Ginebra. You're right, that stops the bleeding a little bit for the Talk and Text team with Miller hitting that shot.
Barangay Ginebra was set to run away with the first half, but that three-point shot by Willie Miller certainly silenced the fans of Barangay Ginebra for the moment. Pero malaki pa rin itong lamang ito, 11 points. Meanwhile, let's go to our pony face-off. Makikita po natin Asi Taulava in Game 1 against Andy Siegel. This is A classic matchup between two big guys. And Asi getting the better of that one in our pony face-off.
Let's get it on!
Pero tayo, 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. At lamang ang Barangay Ginebra ng 11, 65-54.
Well, this may be one game where you don't have to win the possession game to win the game. Ginebra has 12 turnovers and Talking Tech's only 4. Well, if you look at the scoreboard, Ginebra's up by 11, mainly because they're shooting the basketball at a very high clip here in the first half.
Meanwhile, balikan natin ang play ng Barangay Ginebra dito sa ating Burlington Gira play. Ito makikita nyo si Mike Kagiwa. Ang ganda ng timing ng pasa to Eric Menk. And an example of perfect execution, a great Burlington Gira play. Hatid sa atin ng Burlington, the official socks of the PBA.
Well executed play there by Ginebra as Eric Menk scored.
All right. Eric Menk again. Teka muna. Was that nullified? The score seems to be unchanged here. Let's see. I don't know, dito sa ating electronic scoreboard. Is that correct? 55-54? All right, let's go over to Jason Webb and his quick chat with Eric Menk.
Hey, Eric. A big shot right there in the end. A good execution for your last play. But more importantly, you guys came out with a lot of fire in today's game compared to the first game. Does this have something to do with Asi's suspension or the decision of the commissioner to overturn the first game?
Not really. You know we didn't play that well in game 1. We had a couple days rest. And our main focus is game 2. We want to win game 2 no matter what. And let the legal stuff take care of itself.
Okay, Eric, you're playing against Mark Telan and Yancy Del Campo. A couple of guys also in the national training pool. Are you trying to show them who the premier big man of the league is?
Not at all, but that is my job. My team depends on me to play well. So it's nothing to do with the national team or anything else. I just want to play well and help my team win.
Okay, Eric, good luck in the second half. Back to you, Ed and Norman.
Maraming salamat, Jason. At okay, mga kaibigan, adjust na po nila ang scoreboard. So that last basket by Eric Menk counts. So it is back to a 14-point lead, rather a 13-point lead for Barangay Ginebra at 67-54 at the end of the first half. Okay, mga kaibigan, babalik po tayo para sa ating features, sa ating halftime break. Meanwhile, some messages from ABC Sports.
Pure Foods corned beef in a pouch. 3 minuto lang, may ready-to-eat na kayong pang-ulam. Madali lang. Maglagay ng sapat na dami ng mainit na tubig sa isang bowl or container. Ilagay at ibaba ng Pure Foods corned beef pouch sa loob ng 3 minuto. And after 3 minutes, ready to serve na ang iyong Pure Foods corned beef na pang-ulam. Bago ang chibugan, balikan muna natin ang pukpukan ng Game 3 ng semi-final showdown sa pagitan ng Talking Text at Shell Turbochargers. We pick up the game late in the fourth with a phone pass up by 2, 80-78. Eto si Rookie of the Year contender Rich Alvarez pumukol ng 3 at sinabitan pa ng foul si Victor Pablo. Alvarez would complete the 4-point play to put Shell ahead by 2. Shell tumatakbo ulit. Eto si Ronald Tubit on a 2-on-1 break. Sinubuan ng bola si Tony De La Cruz who scores off the window. Shell, abante na ng 4. Phone pass naman sa atake. They get the ball down low to Bong Ravenna. Tubit flops. No foul there, kaya wala naging abala sa layup ni Ravenna. Shell lamang ng 2.
Look at the veteran taking charge.
Talking Text ulit, kumamada. Eto si Don Belano. Sumagasa sa loob. The shot is way off the mark, but not for Mark Telan, who's there for the follow. Shell still up by 2 though, 86-84.
Possible 3-point play.
Tatakbo na sana ng Shell ang panalo dito, but the Turbochargers come up with an inbound play, boo-boo.
Foul dito si Tony De La Cruz.
And the phone pass force overtime, much like Game 2, natapos ang regulation sa 86 all.
Mag-overtime tayo mga kaibigan.
Sa overtime, muling namayagpag si Jimmy Alapag. He hits the 3 ball here to open the scoring in overtime. Abante na ang Talking Text, 89-86. And from there, mukhang nasiraan na ng loob ang Turbochargers. Eto si Don Babilano, sinaksak ang depensa and drops off to Bong Ravenna for the reverse. TNT up 5 now. Ito ulit si Bong Ravenna hitting the 3 ball from way deep in the sidelines. Tumibay pa ang lamang ng phone tap, 96-90. Kinamara ni Tony De La Cruz ang huling hirit ng shell as the turbochargers go down in 3 straight games to the defending all-Filipino champions, 102-94.
Welcome to our Petron Blaze halftime report. It was a game 2, the best of 7 championship series between Talk and Text and Barangay Ginebra. And a big finishing kick in the second quarter by Barangay Ginebra led to this 13-point lead by the Gin Kings over the Talk and Text phone pass. Of course, Barangay Ginebra, kakaiba po doon sa nangyari sa game number 1, led from the start dito po sa larong ito. And this time, it's Talk and Text who has been playing catch-up from the start of the ball game, Norman.
That's correct, and I'm sure Coach Joe Bonal really tried to get his team to refocus on this basketball game, to come out with a better effort, especially on defense. Ginebra was red hot in the first half. Their shooting percentage was quite high, and Talk and Text had to do something with their defense.
Okay, mga kaibigan, tignan po natin itong mga statistics na ating kinalap para sa first half, and Coach Norman will explain them to you.
Well, take a look at it. 3-point shooting percentage, 86%, 6 out of 7. 2-point, 68%, 28 out of 41. Defensive rebounds controlled by Barangay Ginebra. Turnovers was the only sour spot for the Ginebra team. They did have 12. Talk and Text only had 4.
Yan po mga kaibigan, ang nirereklamo no ni Coach Shot Tangkisen yung kanilang turnovers. Pero they've been executing better, shooting better here in the first half at least. Tingnan natin ang ilang highlights. Dito po, labanan ni Mark Kagiwa at ni Willie Miller. Sila po dalawa ang umuusok, especially here in the second quarter. Mark Kagiwa only had 2 points in the first period, but exploded with 9 in the second quarter. Willie Miller was unstoppable, simply unstoppable in the first half. Had some nice outside shots. But here, Mark Kagiwa also had his share of perimeter jumpers, while Mark Kagiwa did it all. Galing sa labas, galing sa loob. Ito makikita natin. Willie Miller, nag-isip pa. Pagkatapos pinira po ang 3-point shot. As we said, Willie Miller and Mark Kagiwa exchanging baskets in the first half. At dito po naman, makikita natin mga leading scores. Willie Miller ended with 15 in the first 2 quarters. Pablo with 13. Mark Talang with 8. Sa kabila naman, Eric Menk started off, or rather led off with 16 points. Rodney Santos 13. Mark Kagiwa with 11 points. Certainly a high-scoring ball game at the same time. And we were talking about that 90-point barrier that seems to be the magic number, Coach Norman.
Yes, when the opponents of the Talk and Text team score over 90 points, they're 3-6. When they hold their teams under 90 points, they're 15-0. So, you know what it comes down to in the second half. Let's take a look at it. First of all, Talk and Text are double-teaming Romel Doko and Eric Menk every time they touch the ball in the post. So it's very important that they mix up their defense a little bit. Obviously, Ginebra is reading it very well, and that's why they're 6 out of 7 from the 3-point line. So they have to mix up their defense and try something else in the second half.
What about the advantage of Talk and Text in the backcourt? Jimmy Lapag and Willie Miller, have they been able to capitalize on that?
Well, I think they've done their share. I mean, they've scored points in the first half, but at the same time, the big advantage also has been the fact that their defense is sucking in towards the middle, leaving the perimeter players for Ginebra open. So the advantage they would have in the backcourt has not been so obvious because guys like Rodney Santos, Sonny Salvacion have also scored from the perimeter.
Well, mga kaibigan, nakita po natin na nagtulong-tulong sa magkabilang panig. Nakikita natin na marami pong tumutulong para sa dalawang kupunan. Kaya maganda po itong ating game number 2. Although Barangay Ginebra, as we said, had a bigger and stronger finishing kick in the second quarter to lead by 13 at the start of the third. What kind of adjustment do you think, Norman, will Coach Joel Banal do or make here in the second half?
I think they're going to have to try to do something different. Take Ginebra out of their sweet zone. I mean, if you shoot 68% in the first half, you're red hot. But expect Ginebra may not shoot that percentage for the entire game, so their percentage will go down. I think what Coach Joel Banal might do is go to his own defense, switch up his defense a little bit, give a different look to this Ginebra team to try to throw them off.
Well, speaking of being thrown off, I guess you can't also help thinking that Talk and Text is groping for form with the absence of Asi Taulava, which they have chosen not to field. Decision po yan ng Talk and Text after Commissioner Noli Ayala had upheld the suspension of Asi Taulava. So nag-press con po kanina.
Brought to you by Petron Blaze, the extremely high-octane gasoline. Power on with Petron Blaze.
All right. Back here at the Araneta Coliseum for the start of the third quarter. Ang game number 2. At ito po si Andy Siegel. Backing up against Yancy De Ocampo, Sunday Salvacion. To Randy Santos at the corner. Yancy De Ocampo with the rebound. Off to Jimmy Alapag. Okay, so yung half-court game ng Talk and Text. Okay, ito po yung ating third quarter question sa ating Astig Panalo promo. Anong team ang lamang sa rebound pagkatapos ng first half? Yung pinakita lang po namin yung kanina-kanina lamang. Yan, si Ocampo scoring underneath. Alam niyo na gagawin nyo, text Astig and then your answer and send to 290. Makakataga po kayo ng PBA calendar logo and a chance to win hundreds of loads para sa Smart and Text subscribers. At tanggapin namin ang mga sagot hanggang matapos ang laro ito. So text na po kayo. Sunday Salvacion getting inside. Andy Siegel trying to get the offensive board. Nakuha ni Winnebeller instead. Alapag with a bounce pass to Mike Talan. Oh, that's the second slam that Mike Talan has missed in this game.
You have to give him credit for aggressiveness going to the basket. Victor Pablo right there to clean up the miss.
And more importantly, to cut the lead of Barangay Ginebra down to 9 at 67-58. Randy Santos, Andy Siegel clipped on the arm there by Willie Miller.
Well, there was a high screen there, and Jimmy Alapag went under the screen, leaving a pass to the basket for Rodney Santos. That was a good dish off to Andy Siegel.
Andy Siegel will be taking 2. You remember, of course, that Andy Siegel started his career here on the PBA with the Talk and Text franchise, with Mobiline.
I thought one of the things that really hurt Talk and Text in the first half is when Mark Salon picked up his third foul.
Yeah.
And actually corresponded with the Ginebra team pulling away there in the second quarter. As we know, Talk and Text without Asi, they're not as deep up front, so their big guys, particularly Salon and De Ocampo, have to stay out of foul trouble.
Ooh, 2 missed shots by Andy Siegel. Were you Andy's first coach in the PBA?
That's correct, yeah.
Drafted him, yeah.
Out of the University of New Orleans.
That's right. Out of the way on to Jimmy Alapag, playing hide and seek with Sunday Salvacion, and always getting the, well, mas mabilis talaga si Jimmy Alapag. Nauunahan niya parati si Sunday Salvacion. Second personal on Sunday.
Well, there's no question. I'll mention this and maybe we can put it to rest already. There's no question Asi makes a big difference. I mean, he was the leading scorer and rebounder in the league, but I really truly believe this team can win with or without him.
And they
have the talent to do it.
Okay, let's listen into Richard Del Rosario and his report. Richard?
Yes, and at the half, sabi ni Coach Joel Banal, he put emphasis on defense para dito sa koponan ng Talk and Text. Sabi niya, they gave away 67 points after only one half. Samantalang nung game 1, 71 points lamang ang na-score nitong Barangay Ginebra. So sabi niya, put emphasis on your defense for us to win this ball game. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Richard. And exactly what you were pointing out, Coach Norman. They've got to clamp down on Barangay Ginebra. Look at the rebound story. And yung katanungan natin, no? Kung sino ang nakalamang sa rebound. Andy Siegel inside.
You can see Victor Pablo was there to challenge that shot, but Andy Siegel just has the size to shoot right over him.
Jimmy Alapag to Vic Pablo. Mark Talan looking at Willie Miller. Miller against Kagiwa, who has 3 personal fouls. He has done a good job of nursing that. By Kagiwa, wrap-around dribble there. Kagiwa inside, and a nice pass to Sunday Salvacion right at the very last moment. Exacto.
Yeah, piercing the defense with that pass for the easy 2 points. The teamwork of Ginebra is so much better in this game than it was in the first outing between these two teams.
Oh, they're moving smoothly. And they've got the 11-point lead at 71-60. And if you don't have a Richard Del Rosario, so buong game, nung game 1, 71 lang ginawa ng Barangay Ginebra. Dito sa third quarter, nag-umpisa pa na, naka-71 na sila. Big Pablo has been the silent worker here. Out of the Talk and Text, he has 15 points in the game, or 17 rather, for Vic Pablo.
Maybe an offensive foul on Andy Siegel.
Offensive foul on number 52, Andy Siegel, his first
First personal on Andy Siegel.
And that does count as a turnover for Ginebra.
Kumusta po sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Salamat po at nakasama-sama tayo sa panonood nitong Game 2 ng Championship Series. Winner, down low to Yan Sideo Capo. Ganda naman na po sa half.
So what you're seeing from both teams is good penetration. As soon as the defense collapses, the guards are passing off to their teammates for easy scores.
71-64 is the count. Rodney Santos, fishing expedition there. Loose ball. And referees looking at each other. Nobody wanted to make the call, and so a jump ball situation ensues.
Let's see if we can have a replay on that, and we can take a better look at it.
Alright, tignan natin. Ito makikita po natin itong action dito. It was Vic Pablo.
It looked like Victor Pablo knocked that basketball out of bounds.
Yeah.
Off the hands of Andy Siegel, but it's going to be a jump ball. As the referees could not decide.
But dito po sa gitna, gagawin ng jump ball between Yan Sideo Campo and Andy Siegel. Meron pa tayong 8 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the tap one out by Willie Miller. Off to Mark Talan. Talan goes, oh, that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah, the aggressiveness is there for Mark Talan.
Yeah.
1 out of 3 is not bad, I guess.
He's breathing fire. 5-point lead na lang ng Barangay Ginebra at 71-66. Kanina lamang double digit yan. We started off with a 13-point lead by Barangay Ginebra. We have a timeout. We'll be right back. Salvacion.
Another jump ball being called here.
Yeah. Well, you can see the intensity burning on both ends of the court. It's going to be a jump ball situation in front of the Barangay Ginebra basket.
Well, no question, the defensive intensity of the Talking Tex team has picked up here in the second half.
Again, the series is being led now by Barangay Ginebra at 1-0 as Mark Kagiwa scores inside.
Well, Mark Kagiwa stole the tap there as Mark Talan actually had the advantage.
Kalapag is open. Voila, Talan. And a foul is going to be called on Eric Menk as he tried to challenge for that rebound. Second personal on Eric Menk. Let's listen out to Jason Webb and his report on Mark Kagiwa. Jason?
Well, alam mo, Ed, kanina you were wondering kung bakit biglang uminit ito si Mark Kagiwa. It's not because he gets excited when he gets his third foul. It's because, sabi niya sa akin, he was hearing sweet nothings on the back of the Talk and Text bench. At sabi niya, when I hear stuff like that, it just makes me want to prove to everyone how good I am. Back to you guys.
Takes all kinds to inspire someone. There's mga naririnig mga comments from the Talk and Text. Well, you know.
It's better to let a sleeping giant sleep.
Yeah.
Don't wake him up.
But Mark Kagiwa says that pumped him up and made him score a bundle in the second quarter. Here's Vic Pablo. Alapag. Ginabasari kay Vic Pablo. And the rebound, Andy Siegel. Out of the place, Mark Kagiwa. Sunday Salvador back to Kagiwa against Miller. Salvador with Vic Pablo. Down low to Eric Menk against Mark Talan. Yes. Inside to Andy Siegel. Siegel forces it. Almost lost it. And he comes in with a finger roll. Mark Talan asking for a traveling call. Doesn't get it.
Coach Joe Benal's asking for a 3-second violation.
And the lead is 9 once again. Para sa Barangay Ginebra. Alapag. Miller is open for the jumper, yes. 3-point shot by Willie Miller.
So Ginebra's doing a lot of punching here, but Talking Tex team refuses to go away.
Sunday Salvacion was hitting those back in the first half. Mark Kagiwa with the top. Willie Miller keeps it alive. Miller pa rin. Binigay kay Vic Pablo. Up against Rodney Santos. There's the pass picked off by Eric Menk. Rodney acting as the point guard here para sa Barangay Ginebra. Nice pass inside to Andy Siegel and shields himself against the Anthony Ocampo.
Andy Siegel showing a nice touch around the basket.
13 points by Andy Siegel, 6 of them here in the third quarter. All right, it is back to an 8-point lead by Barangay Ginebra. We have a timeout.
This timeout is brought to you by More.
Explosive basketball action as only the PBA Finals can give you. Magandang gabi po, Pilipinas. Ito po ang game number 2 ng Championship Series between Talk and Text and Barangay Ginebra. Sa kasalukuyan dito sa third quarter, lamang ng 8 ang Barangay Ginebra 77-69. Winner in that one. Eric Menk para sa rebound. At umaatake na naman ang Barangay Ginebra. Mark Kagiwa inside to Romel Aducol. Natapik si Mark Talan. Picked up by Willie Miller. Miller down the middle. Hand up to Talan. Nako, natapik. Napulot si Mark Kagiwa. You see Romel Aducol up ahead on the lane. What a slam! Romel Aducol.
Aducol hits the floor. Now, sometimes it pays to be the last man down the court on defense.
Yeah, sometimes works for you. 10-point lead, Barangay Ginebra. Alapag. Sinabas kay Big Pablo, top of the key. Wala. And Willie Miller. Regalo, kumbaga, natapik actually ni Romel Aducol yun, unwittingly, to Willie Miller. Willie Miller has now scored 20 points for the Talk and Text Squad. And another steal here by Talk and Text.
Let's see if they give him 2 shots. Yes, they will. Talk and Text definitely had a player down court ready to score a layup.
Ibigyan ng dalawang free throws of this. Ito yung fast break lane kanina. Romel Aducol slamming it home. Baksak ko lang siya, pero he was happy.
Despite the runs by the Ginebra team, Talk and Text is right there.
Oh, they're hanging on to the coattails of Barangay Ginebra. And, well, the Gin Kings are far from out of this. Okay, Big Pablo at the line. Ooh. Now you can feel the tension here. Kanina si Andy Siegel missed. Don Camaso missed 2 shots earlier.
Well, Victor Pablo, an 81% foul shooter, so uncharacteristically missing that first shot.
Usually pretty reliable. Oh, dalawang sunod. Ay sinasabi natin eh. Grabe ang pressure ngayon dito. You can cut it, that air of tension, you can cut it with a knife. Field goal from the perimeter, 31% for Talk and Text, 60% for Barangay Ginebra. Remember, they had an 86% clip from beyond the three-point arc back in the first half.
And coaches will tell you, if you can hit your outside shots, it makes the game so much easier.
Oh, yeah. Go for it. Aris Dumaunahan. Mark Kagiwa. There goes a three-point shot. We were just talking about the three-point shot by Barangay Ginebra. And Mark Kagiwa gives the Gin Kings an 11-point lead with 4:08 to go in the third quarter. Alapag banging bodies with Aris Dumaunahan. And the ball goes out of bounds in favor of Barangay Ginebra.
Well, Aris did a good job of moving his feet that time. Jimmy trying to take him off the dribble. Good ball rotation there. Mark Kagiwa for the 3.
That's a Yakult three-point shot by Mark Kagiwa. Meantime, inside, Romel Aducol to Eric Menk. And again, Barangay Ginebra pours it on.
And we mentioned earlier that Ginebra made their run in the first half with Mark Talan in foul trouble. Now Mark Talan's on the bench, and Ginebra starting to make their run again.
And now, Barangay Ginebra goes back to the 13-point lead. Let's take a look at the Gillette Vector 5 Polar Atari. Of Pure Foods, nicknamed Kid Lightning, is 5'9", 150 pounds. Number 4, second round, 11th overall pick by Pure Foods. Has quick moves on court, but for real quick moves across his face, he uses Vector with its pivoting head that follows the contours of his face, so he shapes faster, more comfortable, kind of like his leaf. Gillette Vector looks good, play better. Mga kaibigan natin, of course, Gary Lissing, John Estrada, and behind them, of course, Commissioner Noli Ayala and Bobby Barrero of ABC5. Everybody's enjoying the game. At as usual, mga kaibigan, itong mga kababayan natin, nagsidagsaan po dito sa Araneta Coliseum. Balikan naman natin itong play ng Barangay Ginebra, Romel Aducol to Eric Menk. For an example of perfect execution, a great Burlington-Gira play. Hatid sa atin ng Burlington, the official socks of the PBA.
Well, Romel Aducol just had his hands checked. For Stickum.
Okay.
I think the players of the Talking Tech team asked for the referees to really check his hands to see whether he's using Stickum. And every game I have a question for you. What happens when Paul Atadi gets old? Does he just become lightning instead of... He can't call him Kid Lightning forever.
That's a good question. That's a good point. We'll take it up at the Board of Governors. Vic Pablo. Short jumper there by Vic Pablo for 2. And an 11-point lead by Barangay Ginebra.
All 5 starters for the Ginebra team have scored in double figures so far in this game.
And Eric Menk complaining a bit about the pushing moves at low post.
And Mark Talan's going to check back into the basketball game. Both of the runs of Ginebra have happened with him on the bench, and it seems like he's a big key for the Talking Tech team, mainly because of his size, his inside presence.
Well, he has
an overall talent for that.
Yeah, he has really made his presence felt against Barangay Ginebra. Sunday salvation out to Aris Dibao now for the open three-point shot. No good. And Eric Menk. He did pick up a foul. Yancy De Ocampo picking up foul number 2. And Eric Menk going to the free throw line.
One of the problems Talking Tech has right now is they're really concerned with the perimeter shooters for the Ginebra team because Ginebra's been red hot from the outside. But remember, you have 2 of the top 3 rebounders in the league running around that lane area in Eric Menk and Romel Aducol. These guys can really get to the offensive board.
Meanwhile, Yancy De Ocampo and Vic Pablo move out in favor of Mark Talan and Bong Ravena on the Talking Tech side. Naimbag na rabi amin na Pulakay, Bitan Logan Luzon. Ang inyo po mga kaibigan dito sa courtside sa Araneta Coliseum. Ed Pixon po naman kasama si Coach Norman Black. And our eyes and ears in the 2 caps, Jason Webb and Richard Del Rosario, the entire complement of staff of ABC Sports, bringing the action to you live. Ahead, Mark Talan. Napapasok lang ulit. Banking it in.
Well, Mark Talan, one of the few players in the league that will use that backboard on almost all angle shots.
That's the lead of Barangay Ginebra, 9-10. Kagiwa.
Well, Talking Tech, they're not in the penalty yet, so it's going to be a side throw.
2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Uy. Delikado pasa yun. Aducol. Abang doon sa maso. Backing up, nalabas kay Kagiwa. Kagiwa puts it up. Nope. And Bob Ravena has the loose ball para sa Talking Tech. Don Belvilano calling the shots here. And the point guard slot para sa Talking Tech. Willie Miller looking around. Miller decides to get inside.
Very undecided on that play by Willie Miller. He really did not know how to take Mark Kagiwa.
Very tentative move by Willie Miller.
Mark Kagiwa has really nursed those 3 fouls he picked up in the first half for quite a while now.
That happened sort of midway to the second quarter. And he has kept his hands clean. Rodney Santos against Pong Ravena. Rodney Santos. No basket.
Another hand-checking foul called on Bong Ravena. You saw the offense of Ginebra. They're setting a double high screen up front. The guy who's setting the screen rolls to the basket. The other guy stays up high. It forms a high-low situation for them.
Meanwhile, Eric Menk is given a rest with under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Mix Noble is back in the game para sa Barangay Ginebra. Si Nino Gelig naman pinasok na Coach Joel Banal para kay Willie Miller sa kabila. Di maunahan. Whoop! And Aduco diving for the loose ball. Let's see what the call is.
It's going to be a jump ball.
Jump ball, yes.
A lot of conversation going on the sideline with the referee and the coaching staff of Ginebra.
Happened right in front of their bench, and they're trying to influence the referees into changing their minds and giving it to them.
Even the manager, Alan Kayadick, was up talking to the ref. To watch Mark Kagiwa here. Remember, he stole the last tap, went in for a layup.
It's Aduco against Camaso, and Rodney Santos wins out. Di maunahan. Try to shake off Don Belgrano, makes double inside. Don Belgrano with a tap, and it's picked up by Mark Talan. Ito si Mark Talan, dala bola into the front court. Mark Talan pa rin, dinabas kay Don Belgrano. Open three-point shot by Belgrano. Nothing there. Camaso dropped and fouled by Mark Kagiwa from behind. That will be number 4 on Mark Kagiwa.
Well, the referee says yes. Mark Kagiwa says no. Let's see if we can take a look at it again.
You see that shot by Don Belgrano from three-point country.
Well, it depends on what team you're on.
Well, you couldn't really see from that particular angle. And more free throws being made on Camaso.
Well, definitely Kagiwa got a little bit of a hand as he hit the basketball. And free throw shooting is hurting the Talking Tech team here in the second half.
Mark Kagiwa is being replaced by Sunday Salvacion. Didn't know it. He was still in the hard court.
Still talking to Gelig. Camaso has missed all 4 free throw attempts he's put up there tonight.
That's right.
That's good, because they really need him to step up.
And Camaso usually has a very good hand. Good shooting hand, that is. And the Barangay Ginebra lead down to 9 at 85-76. A minute and 22 remaining in the third quarter. And they swing it over to Rodney Santos, who misses the open shot. Camaso with a rebound off to Milano. Milano streaking into the front court. Gelig. Out to Don Camaso, three-point shot. Voila.
Yes.
Milano.
I told you he likes to be inside.
Yeah. For a little guy, he certainly mixes it up with a big men.
It's just a 7-point game.
Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Rodney Santos puts it up on the run. Wow. 15 points for Rodney. Big block there. And Barcalan looking at the referee. Trying to ask for a foul.
And you can't tell Mark Solana was a good block.
42 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Verano. Long Ravena. Out to Nino Gelig. Camaso. Gelig fires a three. No. And Rodney Santos taps it over to Romel Aducul. There's Rodney Santos against Mong Ravena. Steps on the gas, big double, reverse layup, voila. Double gets it back, and he backs it home.
Remember, they've been doing that the entire game. They've been controlling the rebound.
Even the role players like Mix Double have been contributing. Delano trying to get inside again. Aris Dumaonan and Sunday Salvacion closing the door on him. And it will be Aris Gumaunahan acknowledging the foul.
Just going to be a side throw. Ginebra's not in the penalty yet.
And now they are. They're pick up their fifth now. So after that foul. 4 seconds left. Back to 9, three-point shot. No. And the third quarter ends with Barangay Ginebra enjoying the 11-point lead at 89-78. Stay tuned for more of this dramatic ball game between Talk and Text and Barangay Ginebra in Game 2 of the championship series of the Grand Matador Brandy PBA Philippine Cup. We'll be right back. Hindi mapapalanunan. Load. Talk and Text at Buddy. Sunday Salvacion missing from the outside. Romel Agdocol!
Yes, Romel just moving Tomaso out of the way to get that rebound and score. And, Talking Tech did a better job rebounding in the third quarter at 14-8 over Ginebra. Oh, look at the shooting percentage of Ginebra in the third quarter, 56%. So you add that to the 68% at halftime, and
that's pretty impressive. Mike Talan just goes about his business with those perimeter jumpers. At lamang pa rin ng Barangay Ginebra na siyam, 91-82. Umpisa na po ito ng fourth and final quarter of game number 2. Romel Agdocol against Don Camaso. Hand off. Eric Menk going up to the basketball pero meron dito. Pero foul at tatawagin. Eric is gone with that foul. His second personal.
It's a tough matchup for Don Camaso physically, trying to match up with Romel Agdocol. One of the reasons why Ginebra can use 3 small guys is the fact that they do have Eric Menk and Agdocol and Andy Siegel to man the middle for them. All 3 guys being very good rebounders.
Meanwhile, Mark Agiwa comes back for Rodney Santos on the Barangay Ginebra side. Eric Menk's free throw shooting has gone down to about 60%, but he takes that one, and an 11-point lead here for Barangay Ginebra at 93-82. About 10.5 minutes remaining in the game. Nino Gelling. It's in a man, but Winnie Miller is there. Mark Agiwa with the bola para sa Barangay Ginebra. Ato Agdocol. They swing it over to Sunday Salvacion. Salvacion up to Eric Menk. Humihingi ng pasa si Agiwa, but Menk decides to go for it. Miller para sa rebound. Here's Mark Talan. Tumira na naman sa labas. Oh! That's 3 in a row from Mark Talan off the glass. And we have Richard with the report of the Talk and Text huddle. Richard Del Rosario.
Yes, Ed. Alam mo, Ginebra scored already 93 points in this ball game. Hindi pabor yan sa Talk and Text. Kasi whenever yung kalaban ng Talk and Text has scored 90 points or more, they are 3-6. Pero sabi nga ng Talk and Text, hindi pa tapos ang boxing. Lalaban pa sila dito dahil mahaba pa tong game na to. Sabi nga nila ni Coach Joel Banal, we need more ball movement. Stop your isolation plays. Back to you, Ed.
Ito na naman si Mark Talan, sizzling hot here in the second half, coming off the bench and delivering the goods para sa Talk and Text. Lead of Ginebra down to 5. We have a timeout. We'll be right back.
This timeout is brought to you by
9 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Eric Menk scoring underneath.
And that's why coaches call timeout.
Yeah.
Great execution coming out of the timeout for Coach Tunkinson.
Well, Talk and Text was breathing down the neck of Barangay Ginebra. Tumawag agad sa timeout to Coach Tunkinson. They got the easy 2 points, or the quick 2 points out of it. So balik na naman sa 7 puntos sa kalamangan ng Barangay Ginebra. Mark Talan missing that one. Sunday Salvacion para sa rebound. Salvacion had a lot of rebounds in game number 1. Romel Agdocol, lamang kay Don Camaso. Agdocol, muscling his way through.
That's the same matchup we've been talking about. Camaso versus Agdocol. Joe Campos still sitting on the bench for Talking Tech.
8 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the ball game. Lamang po ng 7 ang Barangay Ginebra, and Romel Aducol is at the line. So ito po, Romel Aducol, native of Tuguegarao, Cagayan. Nakita nyo nga po kanina yung kanyang mga kapwa taga-Baste. Together with Rodney Santos. Ano silang steamer, mga taga San Sebastian College.
He did not bank in that first shot. See if he tries the second one.
He did. He continued back.
Offensive rebound for Ginebra.
Sunday Salvacion once again getting to the board. Mark Kagiwa. Ooh. Razzle-dazzle move by Mark Kagiwa. Aducol gets the rebound. And he draws the foul.
And this is just a case of physically the two big guys of Ginebra are just showing their dominance in the paint. The Ocampo jumps off the bench. He'll be checking in for the Talking Tex team. And you could probably want Tomaso to be a power forward tonight, Ed, but he's really a small forward no matter how you look at it.
And he's trying, and so is Romel Aducol. Jason did report that Romel Aducol said he was going to bank those free throws in tonight.
I think he decided against it, or either he's just off aim. His aim is not very good at banking.
You got to decide for yourself and decide there, right?
He did try that one, yes.
Still to no avail. Winner. Still a 7-point lead for Barangay Ginebra. Don Valdelano. He's getting open. Yes!
Don't look now. This is only a 5-point game we're talking about here.
And we still have 8:24 remaining in the game.
And there's no question Mark Talan is really the key for this Talking Tex team. When he's on the floor,
things happen.
Yeah, they seem to be very much more competitive.
Mark Kagiwa, hinahabol ni Niño Gerig. Kagiwa takes him off. Out to may offensive foul.
Number 5, lima na.
Para kay Mark Kagiwa. Matthews para sa Barangay Ginebra. That is the 5th personal foul on Mark Kagiwa as he stormed into the paint. And he is immediately pulled out by Coach Sean Tankinsen. Rodney Santos is back in the game.
Sabi ko kanina, si Don Valdelano is just a tough guy, man. He will give up his body for the team.
Not afraid to do that. Willie Miller handing it off to Mark Talan, and the left-handed switch by Talan for 2. And it is down to a 3-point lead by Barangay Ginebra. Hang on, folks. Rodney Santos. Salvacion is open. Wala. Cut by yesterday. Cover to Mark Talan. Sumasunod to Mark Talan. Sinalubog ni Eric Menk. Willie Miller. Thought about it. Gave it to Niño Gerig. There's the corner. Gerig.
And the Talking Tex fans are alive.
And it is just a 1-point lead by Barangay Ginebra. This is the closest that Talking Tex has come to the lead of Barangay Ginebra. We've got Bedlam here at the Araneta Coliseum with 7:38 remaining in the ball game. We've got all the trappings of the championship series that this is. Game 2 of the best of 7 between Barangay Ginebra and the Talking Tex Phone Pals. Look at the crowd here at the Big Dome in Cubao, Quezon City, bearing witness as you are over ABC Sports. Nabatara, let's watch this play of Barangay Ginebra as Eric Menk looks around and fights an opening. Pero wala. Mukhang not enough vitamins, not enough lime moment doon si Eric Menk. Pero siyempre, pag naka-sensor na, babawi at babawi. Almost the same situation. Nakabawi siya in that Centrum moment. Kaya kayo dyan na feeling not enough vitamins, not enough life. Take Centrum. Complete from A to Z. Bakit po natin kanina, ano po? Napapanood tayo siyempre sa buong Pilipinas at ngayon din sa iba yung dagat as you look at Mark Talan's numbers. Very impressive indeed. Napapanood din po tayo sa iba yung dagat dyan sa Amerika. Alam ko doon sa La Palma in California, there's a restaurant there that I had breakfast in 2 months ago. Ellen's Pinoy Grill in La Palma, California. They always watch the PBA daw. Mabuhay po kayo dyan sa La Palma, California. All right. Here's Salvacion. Rodney Santos looking at Andy Siegel. Di maunahan. Lamang kay Willie Miller. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Salvacion misses. And the rebound to Mark Taran. This is the opportunity that Talking Tex has been waiting for all game long. Para makalamang. Isang beses na sila nakalamang. That was very early in the first quarter.
A lot of this being done with Dumbo Bolano at the point guard position. Jimmy Alapag on the bench.
Willie Miller puts it up. Wala. The tap. One out by Mark Taran at midcourt. I think Don Bolano.
Yes, he was the one that tapped that basketball out.
All right. 16-6 run here by Talking Tex. Ball pass. Picked off by Salvacion. Here comes Andy Dumaunahan. Looking around. Finds Andy Siegel. They want to set this up. Rodney Santos settles his thing down. Ayun ang pasa kay Andy Siegel. Masyado malayo. Here comes Willie Miller. Zigzagging into the front court. The bounce pass to Gellig. Gellig turns around. Lifts it up. And deep to Gellig. Got 9 points in the game. Dino Gellig has scored 6 of them here in the fourth quarter. Big revelation here. With the field goal scoring here in the fourth quarter. Woo! Another miss by Barangay Ginebra. Talking Tex now in the lead by 1 at 96-95 with 5 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the game. Atawag ko na timeout ang Talking Tex phone pals. We have this replay here of what happened in that last sequence for Talking Tex. Big-hearted Nino Gellig putting it in. Mabalik po ang ating championship game number 2 in just a short while.
This timeout is brought to you by
Coach Norman, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering why when Talking Tex just got the lead, they have the momentum. Why was Talking Tex who called that timeout?
Well, Coach Joe will now call that timeout because his players were a little bit tired. They worked so hard to get back into this basketball game. He could see they were a little bit tired. That was a good timeout by him.
All right, Dino Gellig lost it. Let's see what the call is. Referee Ramos says it will stay with Talking Tex.
Well, how about Gellig? He has 9 points in the game. That's a career high for him, or a conference high for him.
And 6 of them here in the fourth quarter when Talking Tex made their run at the lead of Barangay Ginebra.
All this being done with Jimmy Alapag on the bench.
That's right. And Don Belgrado calling the shot. Dalawa! Pinakagawan. There's a rebound na yun. Si Yancy Diocampo and si Don Camaso. Just a 1-point lead by Talking Tex. The last time they had their lead and the first time that they had it was at 9-8. This was back in the first quarter. Rodney Santos at the corner. Trying to shake off Willie Miller. Rodney sees Salvacion wide open. Voila! And Belgrado with the rebound and a loose ball foul is what? Oh, it's on Bolano.
Camaso.
Oh, Camaso.
Yeah, Bolano got that ball cleanly. Camaso was doing something downstairs. Illegal, that is.
I didn't want to comment on that, but 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Ginebra has been scoreless in the last 3.5 minutes. Let's see if they can do something about that here. Open shot once again for some. Ooh, offline and out.
You're being kind. That was a brick, Ed.
Yeah. I think it's Willie Miller. Delano. 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Gellig. Rodel Delano. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Yancy Diocampo has it against Roberto Dumbledore. He'll have to put it up. And he misses. Loose ball. Look at Sunday Salvacion go for those rebounds. Jason Webb, he got something?
Well, Ed, during that timeout na tinawag ng Talking Tex, Coach Schott used that opportunity to settle his boys. He told them to go back to the things that allowed us to get the control of most of this game. Sabi niya, balik natin yung bola sa loob to Eric and Romel. Back to you guys.
Okay, let's see if they can do that. Mark Caguiwa has it. Caguiwa's pass. Tap. Salvacion picks it up. They've got 14 on the shot clock. Caguiwa drops it up to Romel. Reverse. Ooh! What a shot! Lalim down! Romel
had very little space to get that shot off.
Yeah.
And he was able to get it up and in. He'll get another shot.
That was as deep as you could get under the basket, and he breaks that long silence of Barangay Ginebra. And credit the assist to Mike Aguila. Look at this.
Bill Campo picked up the foul, and the only good thing about that sequence for Talking Tech is the fact that Mark Talan got about a 3-minute rest, as he is now checked back into the game for Camaso.
Again, Adukol at the line. He hasn't been very successful in those free throws. Wala pa rin. Here comes Don Belverano, just a 1-point lead for Barangay Ginebra. As we mentioned earlier, they've been leading about 95% of the way. Dalawang beses pa na nakakatikim na kalamangan itong Talking Tech. One of them is now. The other one back in the first quarter. At nakasalukuyan, mga kaibigan, we have 3 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the ball game. And this is headed down the line. Mukhang talaga mainit pong labanan. So then Adukol has not scored in the 6 tries from the free throw line.
They never has the hope that doesn't come back to haunt them a little bit later, their free throw shooting.
All right, if you just tuned in, mga kaibigan, Game 2 of the championship series in Game 1 po has been reversed. The result has been reversed, although Talking Tech won that one by 18 points. The reverse po yan, it was forfeited in favor of Barangay Ginebra. Silipin naman natin ngayon ang ating Ginebra San Miguel Never Say Die play. Makikita po natin, ito mabigat na ginawa ni Romel Adukol sa ilalim. Isa lang yan sa mga magagandang galaw ng Barangay Ginebra. And that was our Ginebra San Miguel Never Say Die play, brought to you by Ginebra San Miguel, ang #1 gin. Eric Menk ang discord doon. Adukol ang nagbigtis. Here's Willie Miller. Ball away is not good. Yancy Del Campo trying to keep it alive. And the ball goes out of bounds in favor of Barangay Ginebra.
With those last 2 points of Adukol, Ginebra has 6 players in double figures now. All of their starters plus Romel have scored in double figures for Ginebra.
Rodney Santos, a big run here by Talking Tech in the fourth quarter, has made this even more interesting. Mark Aguila, 3-point shot, air ball.
He's claiming he was hit. Nobody saw it.
Yeah.
Rodney Santos is still on the ground. It looks like he's hurting. You never want to see players take a long time getting up off the ground.
Yeah, Rodney Santos medyo umiika po, mga kaibigan. Ano kaya nangyari dyan? You see what happened?
No, I did not.
Yeah. Okay, we'll find out. Samantala, we have a timeout. Let's pause for some reminders from ABC5.
Hindi habang buhay yung pagiging basketball player.
Kaya nagsusunod sa Kiwa on one side, Willie Miller on the other. Where's Ginebra? Picked up by Sunday from the front. Miller. At the back, he's around, at the block. They're shooting, the ball's around.
The bank is definitely open for Balikan.
Oh, yeah. Here's Takiwa. Out to Salvador. 43 seconds to go. Salvador. Another. Jamal Mahan. Missing problem. But the outside it does Willie Miller. Talking Tech has a 1-point lead. At 105-104 with 34 seconds to go. What a game this is. Game 2 of the championship series is the Grand Matador branded PBA Philippine Cup. We have 34 seconds to play. 1-point lead by Talking Tech. We have a timeout. Ito mga kasama po, Ed Tixon. Kasama po si Coach Norman Black, Jason Webb, and Richard Del Rosario on the sideline para sa ABC Sports. And we are being seen worldwide.
Big possession for Talking Tech as they have 19 seconds left on their shot clock. There's 34.1 seconds left in the game clock. All Ginebra has to do here is play good defense. They will get the basketball back if they get the rebound. Either way, it's just a one-possession game right now.
34 seconds left in the game. 19 seconds on the shot clock of Talk and Text as they inbound. Barangay Ginebra led for most of this game. Pinakamalaki po na ng Kalamangan, 14 points. And that lead swung from between 7 and 14 until this fourth quarter. Then Talk and Text was able to catch up.
Somebody didn't check in.
And there's some discussion between Coach Talk and Text and the officials.
He didn't tell who he was coming in for.
Robella Dupuy finally clarified it. Big Pablo inbounding here. They have a 1-point lead with 34 seconds to go.
Might go right back to that pick and roll between Alapag and Pablo again.
Here's Alapag looking at Big Pablo. Alapag takes it. The foul is called.
Both teams in the penalty. Alapag to the line with 2 shots.
24 seconds to go. Jimmy Alapag goes to the line.
That was the worst thing that could have happened for Ginebra.
Jimmy Alapag is a 70% free throw shooter.
But they're not in the penalty.
Only the third team bounces. Medyo malabo na yung electronic scoreboard. Okay. Here's Big Pablo. Ando Alapag. Long three-point shot. Wala. Loose ball. Wala ba? Wala Kabiwa. 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. Now Kabiwa has it, and a timeout is called at Barangay Ginebra. 1-point lead by Talk and Text. Oh boy. We did say that this is going down the line, but this is almost ridiculous. Okay. Ito. 1-point lead by Talk and Text. We have a timeout. All right, yan po si Mr. and Mrs. Crispin Alapag, ang mga magulang ni Jimmy Alapag. Mr. Alapag hails from Pintuyan Island in southern Leyte. Si Mrs. Alapag naman po was born in Tacloban, kababayan ko pala ito, but was raised in Basilan. Basilan ba? Butuan. I think it was Butuan. Okay, maupay kagabi dito. Ngayong hapon, ngayong gabi gabi na kayo. Sa ating mga higala sa kabisayan ng Mindanao. Ito po mga kaibigan ang game number 2 ng ating Best of 7 Championship Series of the Grand Matador Brandy PBA Philippine Cup between Talk and Text and Barangay Ginebra. At ang natin score 105-104. Talk and Text in the lead by 1 with 8.6 seconds remaining. And Barangay Ginebra with possession. Okay, players on the hard court for Ginebra. We have Kakiwa, Santos, Salvacion, Menk, and Di Maunahan. Para sa Talk and Text, Delano, Alapag, Pablo, Teran, and Miller.
And the fans are on their feet.
Yes. 1-point lead by Talk and Text. Nasa Barangay Ginebra. Ang bola, 8 seconds to go.
Delay of game here by Talk and Text.
Hey, don't miss out on the phenomenon American Idol on ABC mamayang alas 10 after the big news. American Idol. Dito po sa ABC 5. Eric Menk tumanggap ng inbound. Menk takes it inside. He scores! He scores! Eric Menk! Big basket! Ang bilis! Just 3 seconds. They only need 3 seconds. Wow!
Quick move by Eric Menk to the basket for the score.
And 5 seconds are left on the game clock. Meron po timeout na tinawag si Coach Joel Banal. Wow! We've seen so many twists and turns in this ball game. I'm getting dizzy.
Everybody expected that ball to go to Kagiwa. You see he curled off. Eric Menk popped out and took Talon off the dribble. Good finish. 2 points.
What a power move there by Eric Menk, and that gives Barangay Ginebra the lead at 106-105 with 5 seconds to go. Now, Barangay Ginebra has 1 foul to give, Coach Norman.
They have 1 foul to give, so I would suggest that Talk and Text would be very aggressive and attack immediately to force them to give that foul. Of course, Talk and Text has no more timeouts remaining.
All right.
So they might have to call 2 plays in the huddle instead of 1.
That's right.
One to make Ginebra foul them, and then another one to score the winning basket.
All in a matter of 5 seconds. And again, we have pandemonium in the inside the Araneta Coliseum. What a big basket there by Barangay Ginebra, courtesy of Eric Menk. And he's been playing great basketball all night long. All right, we'll take a short break, folks. We'll be back shortly.
Iba talaga pag suportado ka ng barangay. Kahit na ano pang dagok ang dumating, nakakaya nila basta mapasaya lang ang kanilang mga fans. Kaya nga karapat dapat na tawagin ng Ginebra na hari ng mga astig. Congratulations sa Barangay Ginebra King! Ang kampiyon ng Philippine Cup sa susunod na conference. Sila na naman kaya ang maghahari. Dito ka na sa PBA on ABC. Astig!
Grand Slam, baby. Yan po mga kaibigan, ang bahagi lamang ng napakaraming mga suki ng PBA na nagsisara po dito sa Araneta Coliseum para mapanood itong Game 2. At wala po nagsisisi sapagkat napakaganda po ng laro na pinakikita ng dalawang kupulang ito, Pocket Tex Phone Tiles and Barangay Ginebra. Ito po mga kaibigan ng larawan. 5 seconds, 5.1 seconds to be exact, are remaining here in this game. And Barangay Ginebra is up by 106 to 105. Pero nasa Pocket Tex ang bola. One foul to give of Barangay Ginebra.
And Pocket Tex has one more timeout if they need it.
All right. Jake Pablo po mag-inbound para sa Pocket Tex. 5 seconds to go. Barangay Ginebra by 1. And there's the timeout called by Big Pablo.
They needed it.
Yeah. There's a full timeout being called here by Pocket Tex. Okay, we'll take a short break and come right back for more action here in the Grand Matador branded PBA Philippine Cup Finals. Nagdiriwang na pero pwede kayo ha. May 5 seconds sa punta lalabay. Bakamat-labak ang Barangay Ginebra ng isa. Pocket Tex will be in possession with 5 seconds to go. And like I said, Coach Norman, this game has taken so many twists and turns that I can't remember anymore where I am.
Well, Ginebra actually controlled the majority of this game, but Pocket Tex just hung around and hung around. Then they made a spurt right there in the fourth quarter to really get back in this basketball game.
Then again, Ginebra's biggest lead was 14, while Pocket Tex lead has not gone farther than 1 point in the first quarter, and then here in the fourth and final. Okay,
this is it.
5 seconds to go. Pocket Tex in the lead, Barangay Ginebra in the lead by 1 at 106 to 105. Pocket Tex will inbound. Big Pablo will do the honors once again.
Ginebra with a foul to give.
1 foul to give on Barangay Ginebra. Willie Miller pops out. Miller. And there's the foul given up by Romel Adukul. 3 seconds left.
Yeah, smart move there by Willie Miller. You still have 3.2 seconds left to get a shot off now.
All right.
Like I said, Coach Jordan now might have had to use that timeout to call 2 plays instead of 1.
Well, he did use that timeout, and now he's fielding in the hands of Ocampo. For Don Belverano.
You want to get a good shot here, Ed, but you don't want to use up all the time because you want a possibility for an offensive rebound just in case you miss.
3 seconds to go. Barangay Ginebra up by 1, and they're in the penalty already. Against the Big Pablo McGee-inbound. To the air! That's a big to the middle. Don't go out of bounds. Willie Miller had a nice move, nice curl.
1.5 seconds left.
Let's see, but about 1.5 seconds. Wow. Wow. Let's see if Pocket Tex can pull this off. 1.5 seconds to go. Willie Miller pops out, puts it up. Ooh, that had a chance. That had a chance of going in, but it's Barangay Ginebra taking game 2 and a 2-game edge in the championship series, 2-0. In a really dramatic game number 2 that really went down the line. You couldn't get any more down the line than that. Dahil talaga pong takadulu-duluhan na. 1.5 seconds. Kakuha pa ang Pocket Tex ng possession. Ito, makikita po ninyo yung inbound, Willie Miller, that had a chance of going in.
He definitely got to look at the basket there for those 2 points or 3 points, but it wasn't meant to be tonight.
But you'll have to credit Romel Adukul with that play, defensive play, and the inbound play just before this, which he broke up. Willie Miller curled towards the basket, and Romel Adukul knocked the ball out of bounds. So yan po mga kaibigan ang ating final score. Barangay Ginebra pulling it off over the Talk and Text Post House, who threatened mightily in the final quarter.
And it just holds that the fact when Talk and Text gives up more than 90 points, they don't fare very well. They're now 3-7 in this conference. I'm sure Coach Jobo now will be concentrating on defense before their next game on Friday.
Okay, mga kaibigan, ang ating SMB itaas mo. Best player of the game, none other than Eric Menk of Barangay Ginebra with 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 of 13 from the floor, including that last 2 points that he scored with only 5 seconds left in the game clock.
Oh, getting 27 points off of 13 shots is just exceptional. A great game for Eric Menk.
The PBA Philippine Cup was brought to you by Gran Matador Brandy, ang batayan ng masarap na brandy.
What do you want to touch?
Iba ka.
Go ahead.
Ooh la la.
So, what's next, huh?